Welcome to all for the SWAM course Animal Waste Management module Handling and Hazards of Animal Waste, Week 2, Lecture number 6, Use of Livestock Waste as a Component of Animal Feed. Myself, Dr. Anuradha Kumari, Assistant Professor in the Department of Livestock Production and Management, Faculty of Veterinary and Animal Sciences, Rajiv Gandhi South Campus, Barkacha, Mirzapur. Today we will discuss how the different type of animal waste can become a component of animal feed under the following subheadings. What is the importance of utilization of animal waste? Technology used for utilization of slaughter waste as animal feed component. Types of poultry waste as a ruminant feed. Processing method for conversion of poultry waste into as a component of animal feed, and what are the different problems associated with it. As per the report of Department of Animal Husbandry, Dairy and Fishery, Government of India, the contribution of livestock sector nearly 25.6% of the value of the total output of agriculture, forestry and fishery. However, the overall contribution of livestock to the GDP is 4.11% at the current price. This contribution can be increased over and above this when we utilizes the animal or different agriculture animal byproduct as the component of animal feed. As we know, the India has the largest livestock population, and for the rearing of the livestock, different type of input in the form of the health management, breeding management, housing management, feeding things are required. Of all these factors of rearing, feeding constitute the largest single most important factor of production. Feeding alone constitutes 60 to 70% of the cost of production under the intensive livestock farming system. So why we are moving toward the utilization of waste as a component of animal feed? Feed ingredients in India are mostly based on the agricultural byproducts and crop residue. This leads to the development of competition between the man and the animal. The traditional feed ingredients are used from long time are the maize, soybean and wheat. Non-conventional feed ingredient and like animal waste and slaughterhouse waste are also good source of protein and the mineral also. As we know, the highest percentage of nutrient that is present in feed end up into the manure, end up into the animal waste as a manure. In general, whatever the nitrogen is given by the animal, about 70% end up into the manure, 60% phosphorus and 80% of the potassium end up as such in the manure. So in general, animal waste is a very good source of nutrient. If we will see the protein content of the poultry manure, it is in the range of 25 to 30%, which is equivalent to 75% of the third grade of fish meal. So there is a overall means animal slaughterhouse waste product and animal manure is a very good source of the different type of the nutrients. Not only for the utilization for as a constituent of animal feed, there is a problem for waste disposal. This waste disposal problem to some extent can be handled when its alternative uses are developed. These alternative uses of animal waste also reduces the bad environmental negative effect of animal waste. Efficient utilization of animal waste also has an impact on economy because non-utilized animal waste remain scattered here and there or all over the places. Use of animal waste in animal feed not only reduce the consumption of grain by the animal, but that reduce the competition between the man and animal. Along with that, the different animal tissue have a different proteolytic enzyme that help in the proper digestion, result overall improvement in the digestibility of the feed consumed by the animal. Because of utilization of this slaughterhouse based product and the different animal waste, different small scale industry and plants are set up and finally lead to development of the employment for the youths. So overall objective of union animal waste in the animal feed is to reduce the cost of production in the form of feed, increase the profit of margin to the farmer. This result into the reduction in the cost of animal product, reduce the competition between the man and animal, that finally reduce the hunger. So overall objective of use of any agriculture product as a component of animal nutrition as animal food is to economic advantage, reduce the burden on the environment, and sparing the land for other business activities. For the giving the balanced ration to the animal, two components are important, that is concentrate and the roughage. Roughage can be dry and can be green. If we will see the overall demand and supply of the present concentrate and roughage in the country, the present concentrate demand is 26 million ton and supply is about 16 million ton. So there is a shortfall of 44% supply of concentrate in the country presently. Likewise, there is a deficiency in the supply for the dry fodders also. There is a supply of 308 million tons of green fodders. Demand is 308 million and the supply is 261 million tons. So there is a 38% deficiency in the supply of green fodder. If we will see this deficiency in the term of total crude protein and total digestible protein, it falls the 34% and 37%. As the human population increases and the demand of animal products increases day by day, we have maximum livestock population. At present, we are able only to supply the 50% of need of livestock feed. This deficiency can be removed to some extent by utilizing of agriculture byproducts, unconventional feed resources like the slaughterhouse waste product and animal waste as a component of animal feed. So first we will discuss what is the scope and the potential of slaughterhouse waste product as a component of animal feed. What is slaughterhouse? During the slaughter of the animal, the portion of slaughtered animal that cannot be sold as meat or cannot be used as a meat product is considered as slaughterhouse waste product, that consists of bone, tendon, skin and contain of gastrointestinal tract and other internal organ. As India have a maximum livestock population and we have a huge amount of slaughterhouse waste product is available with us every year. On an average, 21 lakh ton per annum of offal and bones are available by the slaughter of large animal in our country. If we will see that yield per unit animal, it is very depending upon the species. Average solid generated as a result of slaughter of adult bovine species is 275 kg per ton of live weight killed, which is equivalent to 27% of their body weight. In the case of sheep and goat, the average yield of slaughter waste is 2.3 kg per animal per head, that is equivalent to 4% of their body weight. However, in the case of poultry, the yield is in the range of 30 to 40% of their body weight depending upon the method of slaughtering that we are using. However, there are some limitations for use of this slaughter byproduct in our country. These are mainly two. In India, slaughter are done in the two ways, organized slaughter and unorganized slaughter. We are able to collect and process this slaughterhouse waste that is only collected from the organized slaughterhouse. And secondly, the total feed, compound feed requirement for the Indian livestock is 37 million ton, out of which 24 million ton is required for the cattle only. But as per the government said order, Government of India has prohibited the use of any animal byproduct in the ruminants feeds. In no case in India, there is no prevalence practice of feeding ruminant animal with a slaughterhouse waste product. So we have only scope to feed this slaughterhouse waste product to partially replace the 13 million ton of feed requirement, and these slaughterhouse waste product are so much used for feeding of poultry, fish, pet animal like cat and dog. As far the scope is concerned, for the utilization of any slaughterhouse waste as a component of animal feed, it is first converted into three major components, that is meat and bone meal, dicalcium phosphate and bical-phos. If we'll see the demand and supply of the meat and bone meal and dicalcium phosphate, again there is a gap. This gap can be considered a scope, means there is a huge scope of utilization of this nutrient-rich slaughter byproduct as a component of animal feed. What are the different processes used for converting this slaughterhouse byproduct in India and abroad as a component of animal feed? Following like the different technology, one important technology is a rendering. Rendering is nothing a method of thermal destruction of animal carcasses and body part that is not consumed into as a meat. During the rendering process, there is a first we convert the animal carcass into the different small parts, or in the case of a small animal, as such rendering is done. During the rendering process, very high much temperature and pressure is applied. Then finally convert the animal body into a almost sterilized material. The byproduct of rendering is finally dried and grounded and used as a component of animal feed. Rendering is mainly a process of separating the fat from the animal carcasses. Different processes that occur during the rendering are the breaking of animal carcasses, cooking, sterilization because of very high temperature, separation of the fat, and finally drying and milling of the product that is used later on. We have a different methods of rendering used for taking out the valuable byproduct from the animal carcass. One is the dry rendering process. Normally, dry rendering process is done in the horizontal type of equipment. It has a capacity better than the other subtype, that is wet rendering. In the dry rendering method, 2 to 3 stirrer continuously keep the meat product into the moss in motion, that prevent the even distribution of that help into even distribution of heat and avoid charring of the animal carcasses. During the wet rendering process, steam remain in the outer jacket and the animal carcass remain in the inner jacket. So steam does not come in the direct contact with the carcass, so it is a dry rendering method. During the dry rendering method, as steam not come in a direct contact with the animal carcass, so very less loss of nutrient occur. The resultant material of dry rendering is known as crackling, which is a very good source of protein. When we compare with the yield, the 20% yield is better in dry rendering compared to the wet rendering process, and the conversion ratio is in the ratio of 3:1. Second method of rendering for taking off of the valuable byproducts and utilization of animal fat is the wet rendering method. As name suggested, is a wet rendering means steam come directly in the contact with the animal carcass. For the wet rendering, we are using vertical type of equipment. Is a temperature and time is lesser compared to the dry rendering method. After the processing, we get a different grades of the product like the tankage, fatty material that float on the top of, and that is first is removed, after that what is removed. However, the recovery of fat is better in the wet rendering compared to dry rendering, and overall conversion ratio is 4:1. As we have discussed, that rendering is mainly the process of recovery of fat from the animal carcass. Fat that is recovered from the rendering process have given different name. There is a tallow and lard. Tallow is the fat that is recovered from the cattle, sheep and goat, and lard is fat that is recovered by the rendering process of the pig. As we have discussed, for utilization of different slaughterhouse waste product, the first they are converted into different component like the meat and bone meal, dicalcium phosphate and bical-phos. Meat and bone meal is a very good source of protein and have a good balance of amino acid profile. This meat and bone meal is mainly used in the case of feeding to the monogastric animal as a source of calcium and phosphorus and some other minerals also. Meat and bone meal can be added into the ration of monogastric animal up to the 5% of total feed. However, dicalcium phosphate, bical-phos, is a good source of nutrient, that is the phosphorus, and they can be added up to the ration of 1% of total feed. Other important byproduct of slaughter is the blood, which is very good source of protein and have a very good balance of amino acid. On an average, 3 to 4, the amount of blood that is coming out from the different livestock species slaughter is in the range of 3 to 4% of their body weight. Generally, we are able to collect 50% of the blood, and remaining 50% of blood remain in the capillaries. For the utilization of blood, blood is first converted into blood meal. For that, the whole blood is spray dried at the low temperature. Blood meal is a very good source of nitrogen and protein. Blood meal is the one of the highest non-synthetic source of nitrogen. Blood meal, in the term of it, is also very good source of lysine. Because of that, it become an important component of feed of cattle, sheep, and the different pet animal. However, the blood meal is very less palatable, so always it is mixed with the molasses for feeding when it is used as a component of animal feed. Now we will start with the second component of discussion, that is use of animal waste as a component of animal feed. We are discussing the importance of poultry waste as a component of animal feed. In the many part of tropical country like in India also, during the dry season, ruminant have very less availability of the good quality of the protein, and the availability of the non-proteinous nitrogen substrate is almost nil, and all these protein component are very much expensive, so we can divert to the other sources of this NPN compound and the protein. One such example is the use of poultry waste. Factors that influence the nutritive composition of poultry waste are the poultry production system. There are the different system poultry production are used, like the intensive and extensive system. In intensive system also, bird can be reared in the cages or in the floor after the application of different type of the bedding material. The composition is also affected by the storage, whether we are applying the poultry manure freshly or after aging, or by doing the different processes at moderate heat, like the insiling, deep staking, or converting into pellet. As we have discussed, the poultry production system affect the quality of poultry manure. So we have a two type of poultry waste with us, that is the poultry manure and the poultry litter. What is the poultry manure? When poultry birds are raised under the intensive livestock production system in the cages, the waste produced almost free of the external material except some parts of the feathers, and sometimes cracked egg become a component of this waste. This type of poultry waste is known as poultry manure. However, mainly in the case of boiler are kept under the deep litter system, in which over the solid floor different type of bedding material like the rice husk, groundnut husk, different type of grasses, and any organic material is used as bedding material over which birds are reared. For when the during this rearing process, excreta get mixed with different bedding material, and moisture impregnated or absorbed in this bedding material, and finally because of the decomposition process, this bedding material along with the excreta transform into the what is called build up litter. This build up litter is very good and a cheap source of NPN compound and the protein. If we see the protein content of this poultry manure and the litter is in the range of 20 to 28% in the case of poultry manure, and it is the range of 70 to 31% in the case of poultry litter. However, we cannot use poultry litter or manure as such as a component of animal feed to minimize the different health hazard. For that, we need different type of processing methods. All these processing methods are done to detoxify the animal waste, improve its feeding value, its palatability, and its handling character. Like dehydration is one of the method of detoxification that is used for the poultry manure. Drying is the one of the oldest and most effective method of sterilization. Drying of poultry manure is easy compared to the other livestock species because the initial moisture is less compared to the pig and the cattle. For the drying, sun drying or mechanical drying either can be used, but sun drying is less expensive, but it is slow process. During the drying with a mechanical means, because of high temperatures, chances of loss of nitrogen through the volatilization in the form of ammonia. So for that, acidification of animal carcasses, poultry litter is done to prevent these losses. Other method of detoxification or drying of poultry litter is deep stacking. Deep stacking. For the deep stacking of poultry litters, it put up to a depth under the depth of 1.5 meter under the roof structure for 6 to 8 weeks. In deep stacking of poultry litter is piled in a 6 to 8 foot stack where it is go under the process of anaerobic fermentation. For this deep stacking, the initial moisture should be in the range of 20% of the initial weight. When this moisture is present, because of the anaerobic fermentation process. A temperature of 130 to 116 Fahrenheit is achieved. At this temperature, killing of almost all pathogenic organisms occur and the finally poultry litter become sterile. Temperature higher than 160 should be avoided because at this temperature, the amino acid present in protein combine with the sugar component of the carbohydrate and become less available for the breakdown and not available in the animal manure. So this binding, irreversible binding of the protein with the sugar is known as Maillard reaction. So we should always should avoid to achieving a high temperature of 160 degree Fahrenheit. This can be done by preventing the entry of oxygen or by covering the poultry litter during the deep stacking process by the plastic. You can see the graph showing the effect of covering and the temperature achieved during the deep stacking process. When we cover the litter, the desired temperature remain in the range of 130 degree Fahrenheit. However, if the poultry litter is not covered, a temperature of about 160 is achieved, will result into the degradation in the quality of poultry litter. When poultry litter are handled in such a way, can be stored for the 5 years or more period without loss in the quality. After the different processing method of poultry litter, there are the different way in which poultry litter or manure can be fed to the livestock. First and most traditional way is the feeding of poultry litter as such. This method is used only in the case when the initial litter moisture is not too much high. However, this method is less suitable and less famous and not used mostly. Most the second method of feeding of poultry litter is by mixing with other feed ingredient. For that, you should keep in the mind that poultry litter is a good source of protein, but it has no any source of sugar and carbohydrate. So it is better always mix with any feed ingredient which are a good source of carbohydrate. Simultaneously, to maintain the proper functioning of human, there should be a source of crude fiber also when it is mixed with the other foodstuffs. One other method of feeding of poultry waste after the ensiling process. For that, the poultry waste can be mixed with any other agro industrial byproduct that which are very good source of carbohydrate like the molasses, fruits and vegetable can be ensiled together with the poultry litter. During the ensiling process, the moisture is most important, that should be remain at least 40%. If moisture is more, if in the range of 75%, result into the undesirable fermentation and growth of undesirable bacteria like the Clostridium type. During the ensiling process, there should be mixing of 30% by weight of any dry material for supply of the roughage for as a source of roughage, as a source of fiber. During the fermentation process, during the ensiling process, the litter is available to feed the animal after the 21 days where because of the lactic acid fermentation a desirable pH of 3.8 to 5.2 is achieved. At this pH, most of pathogenic microorganisms are not able to replicate and produce. You should know during the ensiling process very less loss of protein, less than the 1% of the original quantity occur. However, during the ensiling process, some of the NPN component of protein is converted into the true protein component, and during the same process, the carbohydrate converted into different volatile fatty acid like the acetic, butyric, and acetate. For feeding the poultry manure to as a component of ruminant feed, we should have different things kept in mind, like the microbial safety. For the microbial safety, we can do the different type of heat cycling as we have done in the deep stacking process. Sometimes poultry litter or manure contains some pieces of the wire and nail that are very dangerous when it is fed to the animal. For removing this extraneous material, the poultry litter should be passed through the magnetic strip to pick up this metal contaminant. Now the moisture of the poultry litter is most important when it is used for the feeding of the as when it is used as a component of animal feed. It should be in the range of 12 to 15%. If the initial moisture is less than 12%, then desired temperature during deep stacking is not produced and this litter become too dusty to handle. However, when temperature goes beyond the 25%, then the more temperature, that is about 160, is produced, that will be again make the protein unavailable because of the Maillard reaction. So it is important to always maintain the initial desired moisture between the range of 12 to 25% for using it as a component of animal feed. Now, second most important content is the ash content. It should be in the range of 15 to 25% for using it as a good component of animal feed. When the ash content goes beyond 28%, it is not palatable by the cattle, in spite of that how much good quality protein it has. Next important thing is the protein content. As we have discussed, it should be in the range of 20 to 30%. When because of any condition like the volatilization, because when there is a more moisture, so maximum loss of nitrogen in the form of ammonia volatilization occur in such type of manure, normally protein concentration remain less, or in any manure in which the ash concentration is less, protein concentration remain low. Thus, this type of manure or litter cannot be used as a component of the animal feed, and that can use only for the fertilizer. You should know that about 40% of the protein present in the manure and litter are present in the form of NPN compounded. As we know, the young ruminant animal like the calf and sheep and goat are not equipped. Their rumen is not till at developed to fully utilize this NPN compound. So it should be not used in the case of calf less than 5 months of age, and in the case of sheep and goat young one below the 3 months of age. Now the recommended mixture of this litter as a component of animal feed given by the different scientists है, it is mainly used in the case of beef cattle है. For feeding the beef cattle, the recommended mixture is 80% of the litter material and 20% of grain as a source of sugar. For lactating beef, it is 65% of boiler litter and 35% of litter. When we are feeding the litter to the lactating beef, care should be given for the calcium content. Otherwise calcium phosphorus ratio will get disturbed. In case of stocker cattle, the ratio is 50% boiler litter and 50% grain. Whatever the combination are using for the different category livestock, we should always start with a 50-50 mixture. Once animal become accustomed and palatability is improved, then only we should come to the recommended level of mixture. There is some regulation also for use of poultry litter as a component of animal feed. Poultry litter should not be fed to the dairy, to the beef cattle less than 21 days before the date of slaughter. The reason of this prohibition is that the residue of different pharmaceutical may come into the meat of the slaughtered animal. Litter should not be fed to the lactating dairy cow because there is no opportunity of withdrawal period that help in elimination of residue in the milk. Because we know pigs are very sensitive, so the manure which a poultry litter which contains higher concentration of copper, it should be avoided to feed to the sheep. Poultry litter along with the feeding to the beef, it can be used as a component of the pig. It is depend upon us whether we want to feed the fresh poultry litter or the decomposed one. When we are feeding the fresh poultry litter to the pig, it can be fed up to the level of 10%. Not only it helps to improve the appetite, it also has a very good effect on the growth of animal. Another way of feeding the poultry litter to pig is through the integrated approaches, that is most famous in the Southeastern Asian country. In these cases, most time the laying cages are formed above the pig pens. As a result of this, poultry excreta falls and directly consumed by pig within the minutes or seconds of release. Generally, one pig is served by 3 to 6 hens, and that is sufficient. To complete this system and reduce the pollution to zero level, finally, this pig waste can be used for the fish farming. However, there is so much scope of use of this slaughterhouse waste product and the poultry waste, that is litter, as a component of animal feed. There are some limitation also. That is, the first important limitation is the non-availability of raw material in the bulk. Most of the raw material slaughterhouse waste product are available in this small pocket that is scattered all over. So their collection to the main processing plant is the main difficulty. improper marketing strategy है. People are unaware about the use of this different product as a component of animal feed है. Because of they have very high water content, they are very perishable one है, and they have a very high enzymatic activity that make its lifespan very short है. And the different type of plant that is stabilized for the final conversion of this product into the as a component animal feed required very huge initial investment hai. So we can conclude the effective utilization of meat industrial byproduct is important for growing the meat demand of population. Pet food industry will also get benefited, have immense scope adopting this byproduct as a component of their food. Due to unique ability of ruminant animal, they are able to digest forage material having high fibrous content and inorganic nitrogen such as urea. There is growing awareness worldwide that the byproduct of agriculture and food processing industry can be served as a low-cost alternative for the animal feed. Poultry return is acceptable as a source of protein for the beef cattle and typically inexpensive compared to the high protein feedstuff like the maize and the soya bean. Proper processing and storage not only inhibit the pathogenic load, it also improves its handling character. Use of the waste poultry litter in integrated farming almost lead to the zero pollution है. So for reducing the cost of feed, that is the which is main the component of animal feed, use of animal slaughterhouse waste product and animal feed is a very good alternative. Thank you.